In today's screencast, we'll be learning about a classroom management tool known as Class Dojo. Class Dojo allows teachers to add or subtract points to a student's account based on their behavior. So we'll start on your home page. See right here, my name is Mr. Sprinkle. I'm currently a teacher at Decker Middle School. And you see middle school right there. So these are 6 of my actual classes. I have first, second, third, fifth, sixth, and seventh period. However, those are my actual students. And since this is going to be a public screencast up on YouTube, I'm going to go through the demo class that Classroom Dojo provided instead of showing the information of my actual 8th graders. So let's go ahead and click on demo class. So what we have here are 5 students: Bradley, Cameron, Hallie, Johnny, and Matthew. Names that you should probably recognize, or hopefully recognize, I guess. So let's go ahead and click on the first student, Bradley Pitt. So Bradley is doing well today. Sorry, we'll go back to positive. And he's on task, so we're going to give him 1 point. Now the idea would be to have this projected in your classroom, either on an overhead or in some way that your students can see, so that Bradley knows that he just gained 1 point for his positive behavior. However, say later in class, Bradley is not so positive and not so on task. In fact, he is talking out of turn. This time, you would get a negative 1 point and a different sound effect. So you can do the same thing for Cameron, Hallie, Johnny, and Matthew. And that's how it works individually. Now let's quickly look at how you can group your students. Say that you have tables working together on projects, as I often do. Table 1, which has Hallie, Bradley, and Matthew, is working hard. All 3 of them would receive points, and they would know that their table as a whole got those points because they're working well together. Now later in class, as unfortunately happens sometimes, they're not working so hard. In fact, they're all talking out of turn and disrupting the rest of the class. I would actually probably call that off task. So I will give them negative points for that. And now their Classroom Dojo score is back down to 0. All right, let's go back out. So one part of Classroom Dojo that I'm just starting to learn right now is called our story. And that's right here, I'm sorry. The classroom story is the easiest way to share classroom moments, photos, and updates with parents. In order to do that, you need to invite your parents. So as you can see on the screen, you've got Bradley's parents, Cameron's parents, and Hallie's parents. You can invite them via text with a phone number or via email. You're able to download this app on any iPad or iPhone, so the parents could actually keep up with their students' behavior on their phone. The last thing we'll look at today is messages. So once I've invited their parents, which I have not unfortunately invited Cameron Diaz's parents to the classroom, they'll be able to see messages that I send either individually about their student or about what's going on with the class. As you see right here in this example, it says school ends at 12 p.m. tomorrow for conferences, which we have sometimes as a half day. So parents would all receive that message, and you can actually see, it says seen by 10 parents, who's seen it and who knows about the class day being shortened a little bit that year. All right, the last thing we'll quickly look at is the account settings. It's pretty basic. You can edit your profile. That's my name. I'm a teacher. It's my email address I logged in with. This is where you would change your password. This is your language and the region of the country you live in, which I actually need to change that time zone later. Your messaging. If you do have this downloaded on your smartphone, maybe you turn on quiet hours and have certain time periods where you don't receive notifications. And then this is where you can enable or disable parents and other teachers from commenting on your class story post, which we went over earlier. All right. Well, that is it for my screencast today. Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully you use Classroom Dojo as a good way to positively and negatively reinforce behavior in your classroom. All right, thank you.